What's up, crew? How's everybody doing today? Welcome, welcome. So we got daytime training today. Everybody hear me okay? Good to go? What's up, Buffy? What's up, Kristen? What's up, John? What's up, Plarb? What's up, Diane and Eileen and Sandy and Cassandra and Beverly and Marianne and Patty and Dawn? What's going on? Adriana, how you doing? Joe, what's going on? Tasha, how are you? So I basically have a little order that I need to do, okay? And I figured instead of just doing the order, I would bring the shirts into the warehouse here and kind of show you my thought process as far as how I did the order. Okay. And I figured this might help you guys with some different things as far as thinking of different ways to try to make orders a little bit easier than what you do on some things currently. Okay. So my goal is to try and share some things with you today as far as how I created this order, why I did it this way, and different ways that I think that I made it a lot easier, which in turn is going to be really nice when it comes to creating it, collecting the money, taking the orders, everything else. Okay. So what I want to do here is I just want to kind of give you an idea and a kind of idea of what the order is and what I'm actually doing. Can everybody hear me okay? All good? All right. So here's the deal. I got Jackson's baseball team. We are going to the east coast of Florida on Friday, and he's got a tournament over there. And all of the moms have different shirts that they've worn, but they want to get some shirts that are somewhat similar to their actual uniforms, instead of it being like the Sting logo and rhinestones and different things. So they just obviously told me about it this past weekend. So I need to get these done quick. I didn't want to order shirts. You guys know how I am as far as ordering shirts. I hate doing it. I love them to bring in their own stuff. So literally what some of them did is they just went to Target in between games this past weekend. They went and bought some shirts. They brought them to me. And what I did is I created an order form. Okay. So I created this order form here in the Wizard. And what I actually did with this order form is I actually took the order form here and I did our 2-shirt order form in the Wizard, and I just changed a few things around in it. Okay. So you'll see in the order form now, it'll say regular, electric, and glitter, regular, electric, and glitter. All right. So just to give you an idea, this is kind of the form that they get. All right. So I wanted to make it as simple as possible and as easy as possible for me as well. But no matter how simple you make something, as I'm sure many of you know, it's never really that simple, right? There's always things that you don't really think about. Okay. So I want to go over some of those things and then kind of how we're going to try and solve them as well. And I really like this, and I like doing a training like this because it's a real thing that you guys are going to do every day. All right. Instead of just showing you, hey, this is how you press a shirt. Hey, this is how you do this. This is something cool because it's really nice to be able to see what happens when orders come in and they aren't exactly what you're thinking. So that's why when I got all the different ones, I was like, oh, this would be a great live. I can go on and show people how I'm going to do something like this. So order form, again, this is Wizard side of it. Now, this order form, I'm not going to lie, it probably took me 20, 25 minutes to set up and change the fields here. But now that I did that, I set this as one of my custom order forms. Okay, so now I won't have to go through that whole setup again. But as you can see, I have regular, electric, and glitter. Now, I have the single color design here. You can see, very simple, one color design. They bring in their shirts. I'm not providing any shirts. Okay. I don't want to. They can get the color, the fit, everything that they want. So one color design, regular easy weed, $10. Electric, $11.50. Glitter, $13. That's a single color design with one custom number on the front. Two color glitter design. You can see regular easy weed is $12. Electric is $13.50. And glitter is $15. Again, try to keep it as simple as possible. You can see two color design with a custom number. Just front designs right now. I wanted to keep it simple. So I've already made probably 10 of these shirts at the house. And then I said, okay, now I want to go online and do some of them. Here's the deal. How many, even though I provided regular, the electric, and the glitter, what do you think was the most popular of those different designs? Give me some feedback here. What do you guys think was the most popular? Was it the regular easy weed? Was it the electric easy weed? Or was it the glitter, Caesar glitter heat transfer vinyl? What would you guys assume was going to be the best one or the most popular one? And I'm not going to lie, most of them are for the women, okay? Honestly, all of them that I have left here are for the women. You guys are on it. So the glitter by far, okay? Every single shirt that I have here of the 8, 9 shirts that I have here are the glitter, the $15 or the $13 glitter. Now, you can see I based it off of color. So they have 2 uniforms right now, okay? So here was my intention in making this, but again, I didn't think the whole thing through, all right? So this is a gray shirt because they have a gray uniform with black pants with a black design. And then they have a white shirt with white pants that has the 2 color design. So my assumption was they were going to get a gray shirt and they were going to get a white shirt. And I was just going to make the same 2 designs. That's the way you would assume it. And that's the way I built it here, right? But what do you think happened? What would be your guess on what actually happened versus what I wanted to happen? This squeaky chair is loud. I'm going to move this thing. Let's grab a regular chair here. So you guys know it's never going to be what you assume or what you hope is going to happen. There was zero chance of me getting all 12 of those moms to bring in a nice, perfect, light colored gray shirt and a white shirt. So I have, for one of the kids, a dark gray shirt. Then I have an orange shirt. Then I have a white shirt. Then I have a little bit lighter or a little bit darker heather gray shirt. Then I have a little bit lighter heather gray shirt. Then I have a white. Then I have a dark gray. Then I have a light gray. So unfortunately, it doesn't really happen the way that you want it to happen, right? We all know that. Uh-oh, my screen just turned off here. Let me get my questions back on. Give me 1 second. Here we go. So this is something that's going to happen to you guys all the time as well. We know that, right? Biggest issue with it, okay? Here's the biggest issue with something like that. Normally, you wouldn't think that it's a very big problem, okay? And normally, it's not going to be a big problem. But here's the issue is, remember, I have a black glitter, then I have a black and orange glitter, okay? This light gray shirt, what color do you think I'm putting on this one here? What would you guess? Let me know. Light gray, okay? Similar to their uniforms. Yes, John, everybody, let's click that like button. So, light gray, what color glitter am I going to put on this one? You guys got it. Everybody's saying black because it's the light gray. Okay, so this one's easy. I wish they would have all done this. That one's going to be simple. Now, how about this dark gray? What do you think on this one? If I put orange, it's not really going to stand out. If I put black, it's going to really blend in with this design. So on the light gray, we're going to be perfectly fine doing the black. On this one here, it's going to be difficult. I'm either going to have to go white, which is one that I didn't even offer, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to do a white glitter on this youth shirt right here. I could do a silver glitter. Yes, Kristen, I could possibly do a silver, but here's the issue is the only choices that I really offered were this right here. So I don't want to call each one of these customers, and I don't want to call everyone and say, hey, you have a gray shirt. Which one do you want? Do you want the white and black? Do you want the white and... So I'm just making it because I told them, hey, bring a light gray shirt and bring a white shirt. Well, if you bring me something else, then I'm going to make something else or whatever is going to look best on it. So especially on this one here, I'm just going to use a white glitter on this design here. All right. But what's really nice about this and what I really love about doing it this way, think about it. Most of these right here, I have $13, $15, okay? What do I have in heat transfer vinyl? Let's check. I'm going to bring you guys over to the site here. Let me bring you over to my page here. I'm going to pull up one of these designs, and let's go ahead and price this thing out. And I'll show you how I'm going to lay them out as well. So let me screen share with you here real quick. All right, so you guys should be able to see my screen now. So this one here, I just cut out the black glitter, okay? So I know that I'm going to have multiple shirts with the numbers black. I have the sting for the front. Now, we don't want to sit here and do this, right? If we do this, we're going to waste a lot of material, right? Because I don't want to do number 3 there and then drag it down and do number 21 here. I could rotate this and put it there, but see how much I'm still wasting? See all of that wasted area right there? So I would rather take a second at the end and just, when I'm pressing it, bring that number 3 and press it down here. Look at my wasted space in here. See how minimal my wasted vinyl is? So now on my 20-inch vinyl, which I'm getting about 19 inches or so, I have 17.54 inches wide. Once I get my weed box, like you see right here, now I'm up to 18 inches wide. Now I'm getting really good and close to that 20 inches wide in my materials, right? So if I look at what my cost is on something like this, let's just say I took that and I did a black glitter. And let me come over to my money sign here. I have $3.67 in black glitter. But remember, that's per each design. And that's including all 3 of those designs. Let's just take maybe one of the designs, which is just one of the numbers and the sting right here. Now I'm down to $1.15 in cost. Okay, so $1.15 in cost. I'm charging $13 just to cut and press this shirt. Those are pretty dang good margins, right? Pretty simple to do. Okay, so here's the deal. And honestly, guys, they love it when they get to bring in their own shirts. So I just went this and I just cut this right here. Okay, so I'm going to head over. Let me switch cameras here. We're going to head over to the other camera here and I'll show you what we got going on. So let me switch to our webcam here. And save. Okay, we on the webcam now? So I can still see your questions coming in here. So just cut my black glitter here. This is that gang that you just saw right there. All right. Hope your moms aren't watching. Hey, they're good because it's still work involved and it's a business. So a business needs to make money. We aren't going to ever sell it to them for what our cost is. Otherwise, we're out of business. We can't make them shirts next year, right? So got this here. Again, you guys know I always like to, let me bring this camera down a little bit here so you guys can see what I got going on. You might not be able to see me, but at least you'll be able to see my screen here. Okay. I'm going to come down. I'm going to pre-press this a little bit. I'm just going to warm that up. Drop this on. How many of you do this when it comes to weeding your heat transfer vinyl? Okay. Just warms it up a little bit. What's nice about it getting warm a little bit here is now I can just grab my area here and I want to start this weeding process. So look how easy this is peeling off here, doing it that way. Okay, so any of you that aren't heating up your vinyl right now, do it. It's going to save you a lot of time. Okay, it's going to save you a lot of time. So come over here to my T part of the design here. Same thing, just peel that back. And I weeded this one here. I always weed the first one and pay attention to my design, because especially with this design right here, it has these kind of weird inside cavities. Sometimes it's hard to tell where those inside cavities are. So I always like to do one off the start by paying attention to my actual design on the screen. And then I'll come back and I can pay attention to this one. That way I'm not having to look at the screen the whole time. So I know that the G has that area, this area, back over to that area, and I have this inside cavity right here. So let me pull that out, and that looks good there. And then I'll do the same thing with this one. Okay, and I'll keep peeking over here. Never tried that. Yes, LaQuisha, definitely, you have to do this. It's going to make your weeding so much easier, and it's going to save you a $500 weeding table. Okay, I need to make a sign on my cutter to remind me to warm. Yes, a sign. I like it, Kyle. Warm vinyl before weeding. So good there. Now that I'm starting to get used to this design, I can weed a little bit quicker, knowing I'm not missing any of these inside cavities. Looking good there. Let's grab my G here. That looks amazing. Grab this edge there. And I'm feeling pretty confident with this here. So I'm looking pretty good here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to grab my scissors here. Let's trim this. And remember, I cut a couple extra numbers here because I know some of the other shirts are going to have and use these extra numbers. Now with this part, I'm just going to trim around my edge there and trim around my edge here. Now what I like to do, and you'll see me doing a lot of designs, is I created this design with somewhat of a curve on it, right? I used my envelope tool. Well, what's nice about using your envelope tool is it allows you to make it easier to line stuff up, okay? Because it's not perfectly straight. So if this side's a little bit down, nobody's ever going to see that. So if you're not good at aligning stuff, throw a little bit of an envelope on it and actually makes it easier for you. It kind of tricks the eye of the customer, and they can't really see if you're a little bit off-centered on it. All right, so we got those there. I'm going to trim my numbers here now. Good with that one there, and good with that one there. And I got a couple other shirts coming in, so I'm even cutting some extras as well. All right, so we're done with those. First one I'm going to do, I know I have one here for number 21. So let's grab this one. And this is one of our, oh, this is number 15. So this one is a nice light gray one, which is going to look good, okay? Nice light gray one that's going to look good. So obviously we want this tag off here. Nice to see that these are new shirts as well. And let's go ahead and get this dragged up here. Get everything lined up. That looks pretty good there. Check my edges here. That looks pretty good. Check my sides. I'm good to go. Now, this is a deep scoop neck. That's why I always make fun of the finger trick, like 2 fingers down, 3 fingers down, whatnot. On a deep scoop like this, that's going to be something that's really difficult to do, right? So I'm looking at the armpits here, and the armpit goes all the way up near this deep scoop neck. So I got to get my design up kind of high next to this, or else it's going to be sitting on their belly. Okay, so come down with a quick little pre-press. Pre-press, good to go. And this is number 15. So I'm going to drop my sting up kind of high. Again, armpits right there. That means it's going right across the middle of the chest right there. Okay, so that's going to look good on this design right here. A little bit off this edge, a little bit off that edge. That looks straight. And now they are number 15. Doesn't need to be perfect. Drop my number 15 somewhere around there. That looks pretty straight to me. So I'm going to say, hey, this number 15 shirt is looking pretty good. Let's rock and roll. So good there, good there. I'm trying to make sure, I'm second guessing myself on what number he is. I'm pretty positive he's number 15. Let me check. Last thing I want to do is press the wrong number. Let's see here. We got, I did 300 but short presses, watch for scorching. So do you prefer that they bring, Suzanne, 100% I prefer that they bring their own shirts. I love it. He has number 15. I love it when they bring their own shirts. So I'm good to go with my 15. I know that this is kind of a shorter shirt, but that's why I have my 15 moved up pretty good there. Armpit going pretty high to my seam right there. So I can put my cover sheet on, but honestly, I don't have to because everything's protected anyway. So weeding, good. And let's go down for our 10 to 12 seconds. John, we have the diamond cut shoe kits on there. Just look under starter kits on the website. I looked last night and they are on there. Good to go here. Let's go ahead, peel that off. Peel this off, and right there, that's one shirt that's done. How simple was that, right? So very easy. And sometimes what I'll do, I don't normally do this, but that bottom part just looked really wrinkled. Get the glitter off it because everything else was pressed. I just ironed their shirt for them. All right, so good to go. Got that one done. Now we're getting into a little bit of the more difficult ones, okay? Here's the deal with these. We need to test and see what this is going to look like, but check this out. Another thing that you're going to get when you allow them to bring their own shirts is all different types of things. These straps in the back could be an issue when it comes to getting my even pressure on these glitters, right? So even though you always hear me say I hate doing this, I might thread this shirt right here. However, what I would normally do, who knows what I would normally do to get a flat press where I don't have to buy a heat press caddy? What would I normally use to get a nice flat press when I have something like this? I know you guys know. Some of you would use a pillow. I agree. What else would we use? I hate pressing upside down because it just confuses me. Everything's upside down. Foam board, you got it, Herm. I love my foam board. So I'm going to get my shirt here. Now, this is what's nice. If you do have a heat press caddy, this does make it really nice because you can see how easy and how nice all of that went on there. So now I got a nice, smooth, flat press. So I'm just checking my edges here. Looks good. I always kind of line up each side here, okay? So as I'm looking at this, I see that sleeve's a little bit on that corner. That sleeve's a little bit on that corner. Can you guys see what I'm looking at there? So now I know that's pretty straight. You guys know I'm good with pretty straight, but now what is that going to look like? I think it shows up pretty good. Do you guys think so? I actually think it looks pretty good there. So pressing upside down, I hate it too. I do. I'm not going to lie. It always confuses me, and I always think I'm going to press something upside down. But honestly, I think this black stands out pretty good on this gray right here. Okay, because you guys can, I can see it in the image here of your video. You guys can see it's because I really want to do the black. Number one, it's less cost because it's only one color of glitter. And number two, this is what their uniforms are. Their uniforms are gray with black. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this one done. So looking at where my armpit is, armpit's there. I'm going a little bit off the edge, a little bit off that side, a little bit off that side. Again, hate pressing upside down. So I think that looks pretty good. Length there. Now, this is where everything just gets a little bit different, right? So what I mean by a little bit different is we got the number 3. I need to make sure to not press this 3 upside down. So I literally sometimes will walk over and just look at it visually from this angle just to make sure we're all good. So I'm going to drop my 3 right about there. That's looking good to go. I'm going to check the name on the tag again. Okay, I know that that person and that kid's mom, and he is number 3. Boom. Good to go. Good to go, just like the uni. Always, and as quick as I normally do stuff, I don't know. It's the whole upside down thing. It's the whole upside down thing that still gets me. I still have to look at it multiple times just because I always feel like something's wrong with it because I'm visually looking at it upside down. But I think everything looks good with this one. Checking my armpits, right there, right there. Nice and low. I might bring my 3 just a tad bit higher here. Let's go right there. All right, good to go. Weeding is all good. Small little area there. Let's go ahead and press. Pilar, the font is, it was like race edge or something like that. And I modified it a lot, but that's the base font that I started with. Like RACEEDGE. Race edge or racer's edge, something like that. So pull that off here. Go ahead and pull this off here. That looks amazing. Now, let's take our shirt off here and see how we're looking. That stands out pretty good, doesn't it? I like that. I like that. That turned out nice. So I was a little bit worried about the darker gray, but looking at it now, I think it stands out pretty good. I think it stands out pretty good. All right. So good to go here. Another boom factor, another 13 bucks. And I'm going slow in explaining all of these, but that's $26 with $1.15 in cost and a couple minutes of pressing time, right? So I'm looking at these now and I'm looking at this gray. Well, this gray is darker than this gray, so I know that the black glitter is going to work fine here as well. So this is number 21's mom. So I'm back to forward. I love this. And I got the tag. Let's get the tag going off the back there. Get my shirt straight. And yes, I see a couple of you have asked a few times. I love it when they bring in their own shirts because I know it's the size they have. Yes, you do need to spend an extra 30 seconds, an extra minute to make sure that you're doing the right number because you can't just reorder another shirt quick. But I love it when they bring in their own shirts because then I know it's exactly what they want. So armpit on this one, this is a regular scoop neck. So I'm not going to go as high. So this one, armpit is right there going across, a little bit deeper shirt. So I got to bring this design down a little bit. Okay. You can see where my armpits are going across right there. So a little bit off the left edge, a little bit off the right edge. good to go. They are number 21. Let's drop that right about there. Straight line, looks good. Good to go there. Check it one more time here, and let's rock and roll. Sting, good, boom. What's going on, yellow? What did I miss? Good to know, misinformed. Someone shoot me the question that yellow had. So peel that bad boy off there, that bad boy off there, and this gray, again, the black glitter on this gray pops nice, right? Good to go with that one. Boom. All right, now we're getting into one that's more of an issue. Now we got a black one. So black one, that wasn't one of our choices, okay? How do you keep track of the shirt order? Keep the order form with the shirts? Yeah, Renee, that's what I normally do, and then I'll put it into a big spreadsheet. Like I'll just put them into a big spreadsheet as far as how many transfer cuts I need of black and how many of the black and orange and so on. Do I think the font, I can't sell that font, Suzanne, because it was a font that I either purchased or got somewhere. So I can't resell the actual font. Now, I could possibly get our designers to create something kind of like the font that I did with it and make a unique font because I completely edited the font and changed things around with it. So that's a possibility. She was asking if you could only press poly shirts. Got it, got it. It was only being pressed polyester. We handled it. Got your bag. Thank you, Patrice. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. All right, so this one here, we got the black. What do you guys want to do with the black? I got a couple different choices, okay? I could go black and orange, or I'm sorry, I could go white and orange. So maybe a white outline with an orange fill. That could look pretty cool, right? Or I could just do all white glitter. What do you guys think? What do you want to do? You want to go two color, white outline with a white number, and then orange, or just a straight black with the white? I'm seeing you guys saying white and orange. Let's do it. Okay, let's head back over to the software. We'll take a peek at what it's going to look like just to give us an idea, and then we'll decide which way we're going to cut it. Okay, so let me flip back over here and stop our screen share here. And let's go share this screen. All right, so you guys should be able to see my screen again in CorelDRAW here. So here's the design that we're going to do for these other ones, okay? So here's what I would do. This is actually number 15. Can you guys see what I did right here? Just to give you an idea, because this was a font I changed a little bit. I had all the numbers out, and then does everybody know how to create the guidelines right here? Everybody know how to create the guidelines? So here's what I did with this, because these aren't just numbers that I'm typing. So if I wanted it to be number 15, okay, I'm going to clear my guidelines real quick. This is something you can do in the wizard, all right? So let me clear them. And if I wanted number 15 to go right there, and I want the 1 to be here, then I'll come over to this button here and I'll create my guidelines. So I just hit this button right here to create top and bottom guidelines. And now I can just grab the 5 and it'll lock it right into place. And now I have my 15. All right, simple enough. And that was just guidelines, and then I have my lock guidelines on. So as I move this, it just locks right into the guidelines to make sure that they're both the same size. Okay, so now let's see what's going to look better, okay? So to find out what's going to look better, this is what we got to do. I'm going to take this design. I'm just going to duplicate it quick. I'm going to have a black background, okay? So easiest way, just draw a dark square, a black square behind it. And I got two options, I'm thinking. Let's go white glitter. Oh, I need that to be white glitter as well. Let's go white glitter, orange glitter, or white glitter and orange glitter. And then let's make this a black so you can see. Which one do you like better, left or right? I know which one I think I like better. You guys let me know which one you like better. Yeah, change the quality in the bottom right. I got right, left, right, left, right, left, right, right, left, right, right, left, left, right, right. You guys are not helping me at all right now. Oh, that is awesome. We're honestly probably a 50-50 split on this. I'm seeing more rights now. The orange I'm using is copper. Huh, I don't know, man. You know what I think I like? Honestly, I don't know how great the copper is going to show up on the black shirt, and I know they're really going to want to see the custom number. What about this? What if we did this? Now which one? Man, that's tough. I personally think I might like the left. I like the number popping. I like the custom number to pop. None of them really look like the uniforms because we don't have black shirt uniforms. So that's why it's a little bit different. On the uniforms, I'll show you what the uniform looks like. The uniform actually looks like this. This is the uniform here. So I'm thinking just swapping out the black with the white will be the closest to the uniform. Don't you? I'm thinking that. So let's do that. So this is the one we're going to cut here. So we're actually going to need a white number 15. But I only have one black shirt, okay, which is good. So we only have to cut one of these. But I'm paying attention now and then all the others. So we're only going to have to cut one of these designs, all right? So let's go ahead and take my design here. And I think, let's see if I have it. There it is there. I was playing around with it before as well. So I'm going to show you from the start how I actually went through and did this. So my width, I'm going to go probably about 10.5 inches. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger design, 10.49 inches. So got my design here. I got my white glitter. Now, again, I don't want to cut this like this. That's going to waste a lot of space. So I'm going to bring my number 15 up over into this area here, okay? So now my design is 13.8 inches wide, which still isn't enough. It still doesn't use everything. But at least now we're going to be able to fix it a little bit. But what I know, and I know you guys can't see, I have a youth shirt here as well. Well, with this youth dark gray shirt, I'm going to use a white design. And I'm going to do, and I'll show you the design we just did, okay? This design right here. But it's for a youth shirt, so it's only going to be about 8 inches wide, and it's number 3. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this and this. I'm going to copy, and I'm going to paste these over here. There isn't an orange glitter. That's why I'm using the copper. The orange, that Polar, that grapefruit orange isn't anything like their actual colors. That's why I use the copper. So I'm going to take this here, shrink it down a little bit. I want to get this to the youth size. So right now I'm at 8.9 inches. I want to get it to probably about 8 inches, 8 1/4, somewhere in that range, because it's not an adult shirt. So let's see, right there, 8.2. Now let's get into figuring out my arranging here. So I'm just going to turn all of these a black glitter, just so they're all the same color. So we're going to turn all of those black glitter. Even though they're going to be white, I'm just doing it so I can see it better. Translucent orange, Harry, is for white shirts and honestly very rarely used. If you put it on a dark color shirt, it turns it a completely different color, okay? So let's mess around with this a little bit. Let's say if I did this and this, 18.7 inches. I think that's my moneymaker right there. So here's what I'm going to try and do. And this is me being cheap, okay? But that's what we want to do, right? I'm going to take the black, and I see top to bottom, I did my guidelines, and now I see where my black's going to cut. So good there, good there. I got a little area up here. So I'm going to take this 3 right here. I'm going to rotate this 90 degrees. Now I'm not wasting quite as much vinyl, right? And then I'm even going to go here. I know. I'm going to take this. I'm going to rotate this 90 degrees, okay? And I'm going to have my 1 there, double click, highlight those nodes, drag my 5 over to here, and now I got my 5 there. So this is just being really, really anal with the actual material, right? So now I'm only 4.79 inches tall by 19 inches wide. Might need to bring this up just a tad bit. Don't want it going past. So now I'm at 18.7 inches wide. So here's the thing, and I need you guys to help me with this. I want to see if you can figure this out with me. Okay, watch this. Resize my workspace. Okay, I have all of those at the black glitter and the orange glitter. So when I go to templates and my vinyl overcut, all right, this is what it's going to do for me here. All right, so I'm looking at this and I got that stings. Oh, I need to go back a second. Let me go back 1 step there. And I want this. I got to take off my guidelines here. I'm going to go ahead and weld all of these blacks together, just so it knows all of that is one. So, and then I got my orange. So when I go to my templates and do my vinyl overcut, there's my cuts here. Okay, so I have 1 cut there. I have 1 cut here. So I know this is my orange. This is my black. Everybody with me? So here's what I need some help with. Check this out. 19.236 inches. Can I cut that on 20-inch wide glitter heat transfer vinyl? You guys let me know. Can I cut that 19.236 inches? Can I cut that on my 20-inch wide glitter heat transfer vinyl? Barely. Here's the thing. Chances are probably not, because you got probably at least 1 inch in pinch rollers, okay? Always got to remember those pinch rollers come into effect. So just to be safe, what's an easy fix for this to where we know? And that's the other thing. A lot of times the vinyl, yes, you can possibly do the expand, but here's the thing. Here's what I would do to easily do it. Just click on this, delete my weed box. Now I went from 19.3 to 18.7. Right? I don't want to turn it 90 degrees because I want to maximize that material. It's cutting all the way to the edge anyway, so do I really need my weed box? So that's what's nice. Okay? So now I can take my design here. Let's come over, and I'm using Cutting Master 3 because I'm not using the Graph Tech Plus. So There's my cutting master 3. I got a speed of 25. I got a cut force of 17. So I'm going to come over here. Let me flip cameras around here real quick. And we're going to load this into our cutter here. So got our Graph Tech cutter. Still got my black glitter heat transfer vinyl here. I'm going to load this way. Again, we have our blue areas where we can drop down our pinch rollers. So I want to get as close as I can to this edge on this one, especially. So I'm good there. I'm good there. Drop that down. I'm going to hit 1 for front edge. It's going to read my material here. Come back, bring it to the front. Sensor's got it there, and it's good to go now. Okay? So now that we're good to go, I'm going to come over to my cutter here, and I'm going to hit send. And it's going to start my cut here. So I know I should be pretty good on this one because I got rid of that weed box. But remember, if I didn't get rid of that weed box, it would have had a 1/4 inch margin of weed box on this side and that side, which would have caused an issue, right? So while that's going, I want to be working, right? So I'm going to come over here and grab this shirt. Some of these shirts like this that are super stretchy, it's not a tight shirt, so we don't need to worry about that with the stretch. But what you honestly need to worry about that makes it the hardest is just lining this thing up because it is so stretchy. So I'm going to throw this on here. Again, it's one of these real deep scoop necks. Okay, I'm not paying the tags. Can anybody see how crooked that tag is? The tag's pointing all the way over there. That's insane. Get that out of there. And checking my edges here. That looks pretty good there. A little bit off this edge, a little bit off that edge. And I'm feeling pretty confident with this here. Okay, so armpits pretty even there. So now we just got to finish cutting our design. Always want to be doing something. So what I should be doing now is, now that I got this set up, I'm going to come back and I go start setting up my next design as well. Okay, because I need to cut the orange next. So let me just rotate this over a little bit here. That way you can kind of see the cutter and the press. Got my orange glitter over here. Let me pull this into the picture here. So got a good amount of the orange glitter. I'm just going to drop it down here for just a second. That just finished. Nice thing with the Graph Tech, I can hit 1 to view it. Now, it ran out, right? Which is fine. I look on the back there. Even though I put it out there, I knew all the material cut perfectly. And I knew it was going to do that because I didn't have a ton of material left. Now, here's the biggest thing is, when you don't have a weed box around, sometimes it's harder to see these different lines, okay? So you want to make sure, don't get crazy and cut that thing too close. I know the 5 was the highest part of the design. So let's trim there and then trim straight down. Good to go. I can make a boatload of money with this, right? Now, a lot of you are saying, oh no, now you can't do your little trick. Yeah, I can. Pre-press my shirt, right? The shirt's still going to be hot, so I can still put this down to warm my vinyl. So even though my shirt's on there, I can still use it for that same method, okay? So before I start weeding this, I'm going to, and I won't bring you back over to the cutter here or to the design, because we're just going to load up our orange and start this cut as well. So I don't know why, anytime it's not on a roll, I always just load it from the front like this. Just easier for me. And you'll notice this was the end of a roll, so that's why it's kind of sticky like this. If it's like this, I don't want this to stick to this at all, so I'll actually spin an extra 20 seconds and feed it the other way. Everything should be good there. I don't need to be perfect with this one because I know this is a very small cut. So I'm just going to get this pretty good. And let's go ahead and set my cut up. Good there. One for front edge. The cut lines aren't easy to see. No, they aren't. Definitely aren't. Okay. So I got the select part of my design now. So I'm just over here at my computer and I'm going to send it over to through Cutting Master 3. All right, got weed box on this one, and this one isn't going to do, obviously, the full width because I'm only cutting one design on this one here. So I'm going to go ahead and hit send. That's going to start my orange. So now I can come over here and we can start weeding the black part of our design. But remember, this one here, we don't have a weed box on. So we just got to be careful when we're weeding it because it's going directly to our design. But you can see how easy this is once this vinyl's warmed up a little bit. See how easy this is peeling off here? Good to go. Now, what did I have for this design? That was the outline, right? Because the orange is the inline. So the biggest thing I want to make sure of here is the inside areas of the S right there. That's a big thing, right? So that little spot and that little spot, all right? Now, always, especially on the first design that you're doing, make sure, and I've obviously done a few of these already, but make sure you kind of know exactly what areas you need to weed on the design because you will run into areas where you forget to weed something. So, like for example, these little inside areas of the E right here, I know that there are different spots on that I need to weed out, okay? But sometimes those spots are really small and it's hard to, like the inside of the S right there. That's a spot that a lot of people would probably miss between the S and the E. But because I've done this design before, I know that that little triangle is in there. And if you don't weed it on one, but you do on the others, believe me, it looks weird. It looks weird. Yeah, this will be posted on YouTube. It actually automatically goes up to YouTube after we finish. So you'll be good to go, Suzanne. So this is the other design. Again, I've weeded a couple of these, so I kind of know the process and the layout of it. So good there, good there. Pull from this angle here. There's my T, and this is the one that's for my youth shirt here. But I got something for you guys. How about this? I completely lucked out here. I completely lucked out. Oh, this is awesome. Just for you guys to see, you're not the only ones that make mistakes, all right? Who can tell me, I lucked out, but who can tell me what mistake I made here? Who can tell me what mistake I made? The colors are not network connected. No, Kristen. I don't see anybody. We all made a mistake because you didn't tell me either. Who can tell me? I lucked out, but who can tell me what mistake I made here? Someone's got to know. I just now realized it. Who's got it? Dax. You got it, dude. You got it. No, the 315 is fine. Yeah, no, I mirrored it. The whole point of us doing this is it was supposed to be white because it's going on the black shirt, right? Herm caught it earlier and I didn't see it. Freaking idiot. Now, what I was saying is I got lucky because I have an adult white shirt that I need to do, and I have a youth white shirt that I need to do. So I got very lucky because I'll be able to use these for those white shirts. Normally, you don't get that lucky, right? So I would have wasted this material. I just got lucky that I hadn't done those white shirts yet. Had I done those white shirts, Patrice caught it as well. You guys all caught it and you just let me keep doing it. It wasn't a nice save. It was a lucky save. That was a very lucky save because had I not had those white shirts to still do, then I would have been screwed on somebody. Now, I would have kept this because I know when the other moms and kids and parents and everybody see them, they'll want more. So never throw that away, okay? But, yep, should have loaded the white up. Thanks for the help, guys. Appreciate it. All the stuff I do for you guys, and you can't even hook me up and save some vinyl, huh? I see how it is. So what's nice is I just load the white and I do the exact same thing. Yeah, I appreciate it. I'll remember this next time. I'll remember this. So good. Oh, now this is the one that was really close though. So I do need to make sure to get all the way to the edge for my pinch rollers. Remember, this is the one that was 18.6 or whatever it was. So let me get that full width out there. We'll see. I might have to skip the Q&A with Matt today since you guys can't help me. All right, I'm going to send this one over. Same cut as before, so I'm not bringing it back. Christine says, I'm new. Don't blame me. Christine, you're not colorblind though, right? All right, so good there, good there. So just to let you guys know, force and everything, I'm cutting with a force of 16 and a speed of 25. Force of 16 and a speed of 25, just so you know. All right, I'm going to go ahead and trim our orange off here. So just got to find my cut line. Cut line's right there. Nice. And the back side of my cut line is right there. And while our mistake part is going, we're going to pre-press our shirt again. Deb says, I have to have the Q&A because I have a question later. Well, Deb, had you helped me on this and not made me waste vinyl, then maybe we would do that Q&A later. But I'm going to have to second guess it now. We'll see. I'll think about it. All right, haven't weeded this one yet, but I know it should be pretty easy. Warmed it up just enough. Check this weed out. Boom. One pull for the entire thing. Marianne, are you really, you're calling my bluff? I was bluffing, but now that you're calling me out, I'm bluffing. Now you got me thinking. I might just have to do it at 12:01 midnight, just after midnight, so I can say I didn't do it today. What else we got? Herm said, Marianne, you're about to go into 300-second timeout. You guys know Todd has been in timeout before. Timeout will happen. All right, good to go. Let's pre-press this shirt again. I will be sleeping. It will be 12:01 somewhere. I agree, Lauren. Let's just act like we're in Australia or something. And then I could say I held up, I was a stickler. So, same thing, obviously. The white's a little bit easier to see on this black, isn't it? It's a whole lot nicer. It would have been nice if you guys would have let me know that before. That would have been cool. All right, let's weave this one again. So same thing. Main thing I want to look for is the inside of my S's there. Okay. Next. Got my E. I'm going to do the inside of my S while I'm here. I just wanted to show you earlier. Got my L here. The inside of my two E's here. Another inside of my E's here. My S. My C. My T. If you guys want, we could bring Gabe over for a weeding contest. I see Gabe on here. That worked well for him. I'm sure a lot of you have seen that. How many of you have seen the outcome of the weeding contest? If you haven't, I'm sure we could share somewhere. Gabe, you have never seen me salty because I've never lost. You know, if I have a chance of losing, I just don't play. I'm smart about it. But yes, I can be bad if I lose. I'm not going to lie. I'll admit it. All right. Good to go there. Let's trim my letters here, or my numbers. Got these pretty close. And then I got my 15. Got it there. Got it there. And my 3, which is my youth version. Okay? So those there. These here. White or orange? What do I want to do first? White or orange? That was a one-time thing. Always want to line it up. Make sure everything is lining up correctly. Okay. Everything looks good there. Oh, this is going to look nice. I think I'm going to like our selection here. So, again, deep scoop neck, right? Armpits there, deep scoop neck. I'm going to go up pretty high onto this design. So the design isn't on their belly. A little bit off the left edge, a little bit off the right edge. I'm good to go there. Now I got to line up my 15. So got my 15, my 1 there. I got to trim this part of the 5 because I don't want it to overlap with my 1. So yes, it takes me a little bit longer to line this up and press it. But over time, if you're doing 50 shirts, believe me, it's going to save you a lot of vinyl. All right. So if you don't care about it and you just want to buy a boatload of vinyl, I'm not going to complain. I'm just trying to save you money. So everything looks good there. Make sure it's the right person. I think it is. Kim, her son is number 15. How many seconds for this initial press? You guys let me know. How many seconds? First press, 2-color design. Milkshakes or upside down caramel macchiato, which is my favorite? Milkshakes always first. Milkshakes first, iced caramel macchiato, upside down is second. I would take both of those over a beer any day of the week. All right, we feeling it? We looking good? We got our 15 looking good? Let's do this. So everything's protected. 1,000, 1,000, good. Now, remember, with these real stretchy shirts, even though we only went for the 2 to 3 second press there, it can still be difficult to come back with our line up. Now, look at that 15. A customer never knew that that was separate, okay? I'm currently at Starbucks getting a peppermint mocha. Yellow, you're killing me. Now let's come back and drop this in here. So, like I said, with this real stretchy shirt, I'm going to probably have to play around with this just a little bit, but that was actually even easier than I thought it was going to be. Oh, I like our selection here. This looks good. Good selection. Yeah, that was kind of cheesy, but we're good. 10 to 12 seconds. What's up, Bick? How you doing? Beer. Milkshake. Good to go. Boom. This might be my favorite of any of them so far. What do you guys think? That looks pretty sweet, doesn't it? Yep. Like it. Boom. All right. So, let's see what else we got here. I got the orange. What do we want to do on the orange? We could probably get away with the black on the orange too. Probably get away with the black on the orange. What else could I do on the orange? I don't think white's going to really pop a whole lot. The black, I think, will look pretty good. The black will definitely pop on the orange. So, what do you guys think? What do you want to do on the orange? You want to go just straight black on the orange? Let me see. So this is, let me see which, this is Amy. So Amy so far has a gray. You know what? So far, Amy has a gray with the black already, I think. Yep, she had the one with the straps on the back. And then, does she have a white? No. No. We're going to do a 2-color on the orange. Black, black, and white. Hey, let's go over to the software and check it out. Let's see what looks best. Share the screen here. So, coming back here, we're going to do this design, okay, for another number 3. But we're going to do it on an orange shirt this time. So, let's just throw an orange shirt down here and see what's going to look best. So, we got this with the larger number 3. All right. So, oh, I welded those together. Oh, let me bring it back to this page. Black glitter for sure. The only thing I'm worried about just the black glitter is here. What do you think between these two? Yeah. What do we decide on here? So, black glitter with white glitter. Or we have a white glitter with a black glitter. Obviously, the orange is a little bit different color. Left or right? Pilar's asking for a third one. Pilar, you're one of our PETA customers. You're the one that always asks for the different one that we don't offer. I'm starting to see that. What's going on here? You know I had to say that. So, Pilar says this with this. Which one? Now, remember the orange shirt that I showed you, it's kind of a fluorescent orange, so it isn't quite as dark as this one. So that's the only thing I'm worried about with the white number, Pilar, is because this orange shirt that I'm going to press it to is kind of more of a fluorescent orange. I think the black will actually pop more on it. So just to give you an idea, let's do it this way. Let's get rid of all of those. Let's do this. I would say it's almost more of, I wouldn't say that color. I would say maybe, let's find an orange in here. Man, it is pretty bright. Maybe that color? So you think far left? I'm thinking maybe far left. So the black really pops on it. Far left's the winner. Let's do it. Winner, winner. Copy. And this is going to be orange, so let's go ahead and, so what did we choose on it? We chose white outline and then black, black. So white outline and then black, black. Ooh, definitely different than what we have here. I like it. You can put the white, yes, we could put the white outline on the number, Herm, but it's just going to require more work, and they didn't pay for that, so I don't want to cut out more material. But yes, that's the way we did that's the way we did their shirts last year. So definitely could be done, but not going to be done. All right, going about 10.4 inches, good to go. So we got white with black. He's not number 15 though, he is number 3. So let me grab my number 3 over here. Number 3, I'm just hitting Control C, Control V. There we go. Number 3, he's gonna go right there. Beautiful, but I don't wanna waste as much material. So we're good to go. Resize my workspace, templates, vinyl overcut. There's my 2 cuts. So I got black glitter, and then I have, now with this black glitter, ooh, this is gonna be a good one. You guys will like this one. I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna rotate it 90 degrees. It's 4.2 inches wide. I think we'll be pretty good with this. I'm gonna get rid of my weed box again, and I'll show you why, all right? So, got my cut there. That looks great. Let's come over here, launch, send cut lines to CM3. Yes, white outline. That's what confuses me. I do that sometimes, Dax. I'm going to remember this time. But I do that sometimes because it's hard to see the white. So I'm just doing it for me to visually see it. But yes, I'll probably cut black again like an idiot. But thanks for looking out. All right. So let me go ahead and stop here. Screen share. So remember we rotated it. So this part is the black. Remember this cut of black that we had left? What I'm going to do, bring it over here. And I'm pretty sure that's about 4 inches wide, at least. I'm going to hit 1 for front edge. Let me move the camera over a tiny bit so you guys can see it. 1 for front edge. But then what I'm also going to do is I'm going to scroll down a long ways just to make sure that my pinch roller stays on. I can see that pinch roller came off a little bit. So I just adjusted that a tiny bit, and I'm going to do front edge again. See how it went a little off? Okay, perfect. That's fine. That's what I want. I want to make sure when it scrolls, because remember, I didn't cut it perfectly with that pair of scissors. So when that happens, you need to make sure that you think about that when you're cutting your next design. So good there, and let's see, because anytime it feeds off your pinch rollers, it's a user error. It's not the cutter that's sending it off. So again, feed it down. Everything looks good this time. So now I'm going to feed it back up. Set my origin, and let's go ahead and send in my cut. And we're good to go. Steve, does image crack over time? No, the vinyl isn't going to crack. Especially this glitter here. This glitter is awesome. It's not going to crack. If anything, if you just do the wrong pressure or the wrong time and temperature, and you don't press it correctly, it could peel, or a fabric softener or things like that could cause an issue over time. But I have show shirts that I've been wearing for 5 years now, and they're still perfect. All right, so I think we're all good. Go ahead and take this off. I'm going to do my quick little press here. Make it easy to weed this. And that cut perfect, which is awesome. So head back over to my cut file here. And the second color I want to cut is what color? You guys going to help me out this time or no? What do you guys think? On the orange, what color am I cutting for this one? Even though it showed black, right? Thank you. However, if I remember, that's not much of a help. It's when I forget that I need your help. Good to go here. 1 for front edge. This is getting warm. This is almost done. Uh-oh. Air pinch rollers off. Okay, so what I did, I didn't get this one all the way to that pinch roller. That's one thing I love about these cutters, is it tells me I didn't make it all the way to the pinch roller. All right, let's go ahead and hit send on this. That's cutting while we start weeding this one. Perm, I'm not going to let you guys live that down. Just to let you know. You made me waste vinyl. I know. I'm the one who cut it. Go ahead and tell me. I just like to show you guys everything. I actually tried to mess that up. I can't even lie about that. All right, got select 3. Good to go. Trim this off. And trim my top off. Good to go with that. Let's grab my white. 1 for front edge. Got my weed box here. Good to go. Warm this up a little bit. I agree, Lauren. It was a learning session. Don't be an idiot and just start cutting stuff. I do get to use it for the other shirts, yes. It worked out, believe me. it's going to work out like that. That's probably one of the only times it's ever worked out like that. So that is not going to happen. That is very rare that I'm going to still be able to use those. Very rare. This vinyl, so, especially when I warm it up like this, so easy to weave this stuff. I'm not really paying attention to what I'm pulling off because I know that the cutter is going to have cut it perfect. As you always see me do, I always take my design and line it up before I press anything. Make sure that everything's lined up before you press anything. Because if you press that first one, it can take hours to go back and try and resize it perfect in case you made a mistake, okay? Uh-oh, what did I miss? Pilar? Really? One second, please. Ah. 300 seconds for you, Pilar. Isn't that amazing? I need to put Gabe in timeout too. Is Gabe still on here? Oh, he's laughing, so we're good. All right. Vex, I'm using Caesar heat transfer vinyl. That's the vinyl we have on the website. Pilar's in her first timeout session. Todd, or Pilar, now you can go tell Todd you're in the timeout crew. Blame it on my cat. 300 seconds, thinking about it. 300 seconds is a long time, isn't it? Sorry. All right. Going with my white first, and then I got my 3 as well. So let me just make sure this is that person. All right. Looks good there. A little bit off the left edge, a little bit off the right edge. Boom. Now I got my number 3 that I'm coming back in a different color here. That's going to drop right there, which looks amazing. And I'm going to press both of these at the same time. All right. I can't wait till Pilar can get back and comment. Pilar, you better be nice when you come back, because I think next time it goes to 600 seconds. All right. So good there. Trust the middle. Good there. Just checking it again. All right, let's go ahead and press this. This is number 3, yes. 2 to 3 seconds. I'm going to leave this on there, and I'll show you why. I'm sure most of you know. I'm going to leave that one on the 3 on there, and then I'm going to come back and drop this here. Beautiful, beautiful. And the reason why I left that on there, now I don't have to use a cover sheet because it's still protected, okay? And now full 10 to 12 seconds. Pilar, are you really not back yet? I was waiting. We have some questions. They need some help. Pilar was teaming up with Gabe to make fun of me. So one way to take away a team like that is just take away one of the team members. I should have just put Gabe in timeout, but there we go. Boom. Pretty sweet. Another one done. She's boycotting. I love it. All right, let me flip over here. I gotta switch here, front cam. 300 seconds is a long time, isn't it? All right, we're back. Let me get my questions over here. And this over here. All right, what other questions we have? We have to at least wait for Pilar to get back if she isn't completely gone. What kind of questions do you guys have on what we did? I showed you guys the order form as far as what I did, but more importantly, what happens when they send you those different color shirts and the different gray shirts and the different white shirts and whatnot, as far as just trying to think of how can I do this. But hey, if they only paid for the one color design, then I would have put just white vinyl on it. If they paid for the two color, now you got to find what color combination works best. She's back. Are you going to be nice now, Pilar? Because I have my finger on the timeout button. Don't make me do it. And also, oh yeah, John, I'll show you. Let me show you real quick where the flatback shoe kits are. Okay, let me show you. So let me share. Let me share here, and let me pull up the site here. So John, when you're on the website here, okay, when you're on the Rhinestone World website here, yes, I slightly DAX. For the two color, it was $15 for the transfer. For the one color, it was $13. $15 and $13. Okay, so John, you'll see the shoe kits right here. Okay, this is one place you can go to them. So if you click right here for diamond cut flatback rhinestones, it'll bring you to this page. Go to the rhinestone kits, flatback rhinestone kits, and then you'll see the shoe kit right here. And with the shoe kit, we now offer which glue you want, depending on what type of shoe you're doing. Okay, so it varies depending on what type of shoe you're doing. And there's a little video here, and the video will run you through some of it here, but you can see the super tight fabric tack adhesive is for the cotton and knit type shoes, and then the multi-grab is for more of the rubber type. Got it? You see where it is now? Sweet. All right, let me flip back here. All right, guys, what else we got? Any other questions? Hopefully, Charles, he prayed. No, Charles and I go way back. Charles understands me, Pilar. He understands me. That tends to happen when you've been around this long. That was a long 300 seconds, isn't it? When you think of the word, when you hear the word seconds, it doesn't sound that long. But then when you think about it, it's a good time. So you guys better watch what you say in here. I got control to go back to my teacher days. I deliver all the shirts at the same time. So I'm actually, I leave Friday morning to drive over to the East Coast because we play first thing in the morning, then we have something the night before. But Pilar, we have a dinner the night before, so I'll bring all of the shirts then and hand them out to them all. So pretty good. But I really like doing, yes, you'll see a replay of this, Steve. You'll be able to watch it on YouTube after we finish here. But I really want to start doing more things like this. Do you guys like this type stuff where I'm actually filling real orders, like, and show you kind of how I took the orders and when the order comes in, how to fix an issue with it, how to simplify it, and how to make sure you're making good money on it as well. Obviously, I would have done all of this a lot quicker if I wasn't going through and explaining everything with it. But I think it will help you guys a lot as far as the thought process that goes into the production side of it as well. So I do plan on doing more of this type stuff where hopefully it'll definitely help you guys out and give you some different ideas. But like I've always said, yes, I gave you the idea. Jessica, you better watch it. I'm in a timeout mood today. How to not cut the wrong color. I was doing that for a teaching moment, okay? That's the only reason I did that, is I wanted you guys to learn that it is, even though I meant to make that mistake, it is possible to make mistakes. What causes the undo redo buttons to not be accessible? I'm not sure, Vic. What do you mean? Undo redo. Tomorrow designing with Matt, 1 o'clock. Tomorrow designing with Matt, 1 o'clock. You want to see the floor when I'm done? Oh, the floor is perfect when I'm done. Check it out. That's why I have the trash can right under the heat press there. I learned my lesson on that. In school, watching during prep hour, I like it, Carrie. Teaching moments. I agree, Patrice. It's a teaching moment. I will never make that mistake again until I make that mistake again. Guaranteed. Oh, yes. Vic, Gabe should answer your question right there. Okay. All right, crew. Again, thank you very much for coming by today for the little day training here. Any questions, of course, let us know. I will be going on the Matt Vassallo channel here later this afternoon, answer the questions. I'm going to pick some questions. So if you haven't put your question yet, if you want something for a chance of your question being answered on the Q&A later today on the Matt Vassallo channel, make sure to go to that channel, go to the Q&A from yesterday, comment on that one with what your question is, and I'll address a few of those questions during today's, and then open it up to questions after that to help you guys out. Okay? Sweet daddy. Will Easy Weed work with that? Polyester scarf? Yeah, no problem. Easy Weed will work with that. Good to go. All right, crew. You guys all have an amazing day. Thank you for coming by, and I will see you guys later on the Matt Vassallo channel. All right? Later.